Hello children, my warmest welcome to you all for the video session of Class 6 Social Science. Today our topic is types of math. All of you know about math. You have studied already in your earlier classes what is a map, what is the difference between a map and a globe. Okay, and what types of maps, what are the uses, actually why we need a map, and how we started map making. All these things we are going to explore a little more. So let us join to learn about types of maps.
Before starting of today's topic, that is types of maps, let me revise what is a map. Children, I think all of you remember what is a map. Yes, what is a map? A map is a representation or a drawing of the earth's surface or a part of it on a flat surface. To remember that always maps are drawn according to a scale. So any place on the earth's surface can be drawn on a flat surface according to scale to create a map. So here we have seen three maps. Okay, one is country, India, and state, Telangana state of India. Okay, and the city, Hyderabad city map here you can see this is a, so you can understand that you can draw a map of a city, map of a state, map of a country. So any place of the earth surface can be drawn to create a map. Why we need a map and what is its importance? What information we'll get by seeing a map? So if you see a map, immediately you can understand the visual way of a place, its size, its shape. Okay, it may be a country, any place, size, shape, the location you can understand, and even you can understand the distance between any two places by seeing a map. We can understand location of various landforms. Okay, we can understand the political boundaries. See, here I am taking this state. What is this state, children? It is Madhya Pradesh. Okay, if I take the boundary line of this state, you can have a look. It is located in the center of our country. So you will come to one idea that this is what the shape of this state. And if you further you study, you can understand that it is sharing its boundaries with states like Gujarat, you can see, Rajasthan here, okay, Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra. You can see, understand that these are the states where this Madhya Pradesh is sharing its boundaries. So this way we can read a map and understand the place, location of a place, okay, its location, central location, its a shape, its a size, okay, and its neighboring states, and how far the Madhya Pradesh and Telangana, this way the distance between them. Okay, so this way we can understand by seeing a map. This is the world political map. So now we are going to understand the location of India in the world map. In the previous slide, in India map, we have discussed the location of Madhya Pradesh. Where it is located, you understood that it is centrally located in the country, and its boundary lines. So what states it is sharing its boundary lines we discussed. Okay, some information we got by seeing the India map about Madhya Pradesh. Now we are going to understand where India is located in the world. Okay, so now if you see this map, you all know the directions of a map. This is north, opposite to is south, and east, and this is west. So children, here I have drawn these lines. Of course they are not with cursor. I'm not able to give a straight line, but please bear with me. Equator, the central one, Tropic of Cancer that divides India into two equal hours. Okay, and this is Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, so here by seeing these important latitudes why I have drawn, so you will understand the hemispheres. So this is northern hemisphere. If you see the location of India, equator, above equator is the northern hemisphere, and below this south of equator, instead of above and below, I can say north of the equator is the northern hemisphere and south of the equator is southern hemisphere. So you understood this. This is the equator, the line equator. Okay. This is the latitude, 0° latitude. We call it as the equator, which divides Earth into two equal parts. So this equator, we call this part as the northern hemisphere and this is the southern hemisphere. So you can understand the location. See the location of India here. It is completely in the northern hemisphere. Southern, it is not touching southern hemisphere. So you can say that it is located in the northern hemisphere of the world. Okay, so to make it more precise, if you see eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere, I am drawing a line here which divides like this. So this part is the eastern hemisphere and this is western hemisphere. So you can say that India is located in the northeast. It's a cardinal direction, intermediate direction you take. So it is located in the northeastern hemisphere. Okay, eastern hemisphere, northern hemisphere. So northeastern hemisphere, India is located. By observing the world map, we can understand the location of our country. Okay, furthermore, if you move, what you can understand more, if suppose I take the direction, what is the country located to the north side? You can say China. Okay, northwest, you can pick up this Pakistan location. So that way you can also understand the neighboring countries to a particular place. As we have taken India here, you can understand the location of the neighboring countries to it. So this way maps help us in various purposes. Okay, and also they also help us to know how far away one place is from another. I would like to give you more situations to make you better understand in what way maps are useful for us. Okay, some situations like maps are quite helpful in most cases to plan a particular activity. Like you are moving, you are traveling, your road journey is there. Suppose you have taken a long road journey, and what you need here, you need road map. So what is the use of having a road map? It helps you to find the best route. Okay, suppose you are moving from this corner to that corner, the other side. Okay, and this is the place where you have to reach. If you don't know the shortest route, the time will take more to reach the destination. But if you have the map in your hands, so that will help you to take the best route to reach in a short time, so that you can reach in time, and also you can calculate your journey time also by having the road map. So this way maps will help us. And this is the map of Bali Island. This is completely new. It means it is a tourist place, we can say. So here, what type of help this type of maps will provide you? Have this map. If you look at this map, you can understand what are the visiting places, okay, where it is located, and how you can reach there, what is the system, road system or railway system or airways, what you have here connected to those places. Such information we'll get about a very completely new place. And one more important thing, that even maps are very much helpful to build a home. When we are building our house, it requires a very detailed map of the location. Your locality map is very important to find out about the facilities and amenities that you are going to have after constructing your house. So I can say that maps are helpful in many ways to us. This is a very interesting topic of the day, I can say. because what is the history of map making? That is what we are going to discuss now. These are the pictures of different maps used in the ancient times. So this is a clay tablet, we can say, which is used by the ancient people. They simply draw the boundaries of a place on a clay tablet, and this is a technique that they used making maps on a metal sheets. Egyptians drawn maps, generally they have drawn maps on a metal sheets. And Eskimo technique was that using animal skin, they stitched animal skin together to make the maps. So different techniques, ancient people, they have adopted different techniques in map making. Children, do you know who guessed the exact design of this world? Who created the first map of the earth? Yes, it is given in our Mahabharata. In Bhishma Parva of Mahabharata, the earth's geography is described as it is looking like a rabbit and the sacred people tree leaves. You could be surprised to know that the first ever world map was like sketched thousands of years ago by Indian saint Ramanujacharya. So he is none other than Ramanujacharya. He sketched the world map by translating Mahabharata verse, sloka. He translated the verse, and by taking the meaning, he gave a picture. So finally, we got this way the world map. So here it is clearly what he is saying based on the sloka. Ramanujacharya, he says that in the first phase. So this is the first phase. If you consider in the first phase, okay, you see the people leaves, and the next phase, the other side, you will see a rabbit. So when he said this, what happened? The world laughed it off on seeing some leaves here and a rabbit here. They did not believe it. But much later, when the picture was switched upside down, if you switch this picture upside down, so what will happen? You see. So this is what I have done. Means we turn this upside down, 180 degrees you rotate. So the same picture where you are seeing the other side means reverse side. So this is the picture. If you rotate it upside down, the reality, it strikes to the minds of the people. Okay, so here see, just we'll see match it. So this is what this one, I'll give the numbers. So this is 1, and the conventional traditional map of present day, this is what. So we can say, see, the exactly the shape is matching here to here. So this is North America, and this is what I am giving 2. So this is matching to this South America. Okay, this is the face, rabbit face. It is number 3 I am giving. So this is what, none other than Africa. And the entire region here, what you are seeing, okay, this is Eurasia. Those days you call it as Europe and Asia together, na? So you can divide like this. So if you say 4 and 5, so this is Europe and this is Asia. And see India's location, this is our India. Yes, how beautiful this map is given. This is our India. Okay, this is the separated leaf is there, no, here, people tree leaf. This is Australia. I can give 6. Okay. Ptolemy was the first person who made the map of world according to scale and direction. He belongs to Egypt. He is an Egyptian. He is known as the father of map making. Do you know what is called the art of map making, children? Yes, it is called as cartography. The person who make maps is called as cartographer. Cartography is an art, science you can pursue, one can pursue and get a profession. Now we are going to discuss about types of maps. That is today's topic. So children, here there are three types of maps mainly based on the information they contain: physical maps, political maps and thematic maps. Physical maps. Maps showing natural features of the earth like mountains, plateaus, plains, rivers, lakes, oceans. Such maps are called as physical maps. They represent the relief features of a place. Here is a map of India. You can see the physical features shown here in this map. Seeing the map, you can easily understand that here it is shown some physiographic divisions. So here is the legend. This is called as map legend. Okay, or it is also called as map key. So what is the use? How can you use this map legend? This includes each symbol. Okay, or short description of what the symbol means. So here color scheme in place of symbol, you can understand here color scheme. So each color, what each color means is given here. Following this, you can understand what is what given in the map. Now we'll discuss more following the color scheme. So this is the color lavender where you are seeing this part of the country. So now I highlighted this lavender color part. What is this? What is the description of this color? This says that it is the Himalayan mountains. So you understood that this region is having the location of Himalayan mountain ranges. Okay, now go for the next one, that is green color. So what is green color description? It is saying it is the Great Plain of North India. So the entire green color region is the plain region. Okay, and in this plain region, it is a Great Plain region, it is saying. So great means it is the largest area, we can say. It is also called as Indo-Gangetic Plain, children, because it is formed by rivers Indus, Ganga rivers. So it is also called as Indo-Gangetic Plain. So next color if you take, that is peach color like looking, if I am correct. So that is the description of the peach color. This color is, it is a peninsular plateau. So what is a peninsular plateau, children? What is a peninsula? Why we are saying this? This is the plateau, of course. What is a plateau? First of all, plateau is an upland. Elevated land is called as plateau. Whereas plains are the flat lands to the sea level. Plateaus are the elevated lands. So this is the elevated land, upland. So you are calling it as plateau. Then why it is mentioned here? It is a peninsula. What is a peninsula? A peninsula is a landmass which is covered all the three sides of water and the other side, one side land. So it is this plateau region, this piece is covered with water this side and the third side. So all the three sides water and the fourth side it is having land. So it is a peninsula. As it is a plateau, we named it as the Peninsula Plateau. Okay, so you understood that by following this legend or map key, map legend and description box. Here you understood that this is the plateau region of our country. So easily you can identify that Telangana is the part of this Peninsula Plateau. Okay, so now what is the next color is given? That is pink. So what is this pink color represents here? What is the description given here? You can see it is a coastal plain. So this entire line, okay, the narrow line you can see, it is a border line. It is looking for the Peninsula Plateau. It is a border like. So what it is a coastal plain. So what is a coastal plain? What is a coastal region? Any region, any land which is close to water body, that is a coastal region. So this land is close to these ocean waters. Bay of Bengal east side. West side it is Arabian Sea, and south side Indian Ocean. So this region, the entire narrow lines, coast borders are close to the ocean waters. So it is called as coastal plains. So coastal plains are represented here with pink color. And finally, we have here other color, that is brown. Represents, the description here for brown is islands. This represents the islands of the country, Andaman and Nicobar, and the other side Lakshadweep. So this way, if you follow the map legend or map key description box here, color scheme or map symbols given in the box, and follow the symbols or color given in the map, you can understand what is what of the features of a map. So I already told you that physical map means it shows plateaus, plains, okay, mountains that we discussed. It also gives the rivers, location of rivers, oceans, lakes. So I have taken one river map here, children. See this river map, India river map. So all these lines, these are the streams, river streams. So I will take this one as example. This is the river, what I have drawn, highlighted with red color, that is Godavari. So here, what is this river map? Why one side it is joining to the border lines and one side it is not joining any side, or it is what it means? It means it is you have to understand one thing, children. Every river, it originates from a mountain. River is originating from somewhere here, Godavari. Actually, Godavari originates from Triambakeshwaram, and this began here, its source, and travels journey, and it finally reaches to the Bay of Bengal. Any river here you see, you observe, any river, it originates from somewhere and it drains into ocean. Every river's final destination is joining into ocean, into Bay of Bengal. And next river you take, Krishna, originating from here, beginning from here and ending with Bay of Bengal. Mahanadi originates here and drains into Bay of Bengal. And see, Ganga, river Ganga originates from Himalayan mountains. So this is Ganga river. All these are tributaries. They also originate from the Himalayan mountains. All these, the substreams, the small streams, channels joining into the main channel, main stream. The sub-channels, the small channels, which is Yamuna here, Gomti here, Sun here, okay, Gandak here, all these are the small streams. These small streams joining into main stream, that is Ganga. So all the small streams are called as here tributaries. Okay, anyway, this is the further topic what we are going to discuss in the coming chapters, don't worry. So here, this way, river map helps you to know rivers, where they start, where they are draining, how much distance they are traveling. Okay, any information you can understand by seeing a river map. So this is about physical maps. And next one is political maps. Maps showing boundaries of towns, cities, boundaries of different countries of the world, boundaries of different states of a country are called as political maps. Again, I have taken here India map. Here all the boundary lines of the states are given. So it is a political map of India. Boundary lines of states. Nothing is given, just boundary line of a state, Karnataka state, you see. This is Karnataka. So it represents boundaries, only boundaries. If you take a village, village boundary, that is the political map of a village. If you take a country, the boundary line, that is the political map of that particular country. So this way you can understand political map. Thematic maps. The name itself says it is following a theme. It It is a type of map specially designed, okay, to show some particular theme or a specific information. Like example, road maps. First, we discuss the uses of maps. If you have a Hyderabad road map, you can use it and reach faster. So that type of maps, road map, is a thematic map because here specific information is given. What is information about road? And like rainfall, distribution of rainfall, maps showing the distribution of wildlife. So these maps are called as thematic maps. So example, you see here is the topic map is showing wildlife in the country. So it is a specific topic. It is designed to show, this map is designed to show only about the wildlife. And what is the information that they are showing here? Specific information that is about wildlife. So it is following this theme. So it is a thematic map. And this one you see literacy rate map. So how many can read and write? Literacy. Literacy means what? Literate means what? Who can read and write in a particular language. So how many are people we have literate? So literacy rate will be more in Kerala. That all of you know that. See the color, this color. If you see the legend, map key 85 to 94, this color. So literacy rate is more here. It is a thematic map. The topic, specific topic or specific information designed in this map is literacy of the. Hope you understand, children, about the types of maps.
I would like to briefly sum up today's topic, children. What is a map? A map is a representation or a drawing of the earth's surface or a part of it which is drawn on a flat surface. So one more important point, that map should be always drawn according to scale and direction. And what are the uses of maps? So you understood that maps are used for different purposes. Okay, you can understand the location of various landforms, political boundaries of the country, rivers, location of rivers, lakes, oceans, shape, size of any place over the earth's surface. Okay, what are the uses? Some more you can say that you can also understand that the distance between any two places, you can guess that, and they are quite helpful in most cases in our daily life also, like construction of house, road journeys. So this way maps are helpful in various purposes. And what is a cartography? Cartography is the art of map making. Okay, the person who makes the map, who studies map, is called as cartographer. So the main topic of today is types of maps. So here we have three types of maps based on the information that they contain: physical maps, political maps, and thematic maps. What are the physical maps? Maps showing natural features or relief features of the earth, such as mountains, plateaus, plains, rivers, lakes, oceans. These type of maps are called as physical maps. Whereas political maps shows us boundary lines of towns, cities, villages, different states of a country and different countries of the world. So these maps are called as political maps. The third type of maps that we discussed today are thematic maps. Some maps focus on specific information. Such maps are called as thematic maps. The name itself is saying it is following a theme, particular theme. Examples like a road map, what we discussed today, a distribution of rainfall in a country, or showing a distribution of wildlife. These type of maps are called as thematic maps. Okay children, this is what today's topic, types of maps. Hope you understand. Any doubts you have, we can discuss in the class, children. Okay, thank you and have a nice day.